Videos with blue backgrounds. It's like the thing to do nowadays, I guess. So this video started out as a video about the rumor that Christian Bale was going to be in the Justice League movie. Then I looked into it, and I guess that rumor's debunked now. He's not going to be in the Justice League movie as Batman. Then as I was planning to do a video on the subject, my brain's been racked with my opinion on a Justice League movie. I figure, hey, it's still worth doing a video about, since it's my general thoughts on the subject of a Justice League movie. So as the Avengers has made a shit-tillion dollars, a Justice League movie is going to happen. It's inevitable. But I don't envy DC in that venture at all, because they already have the Christopher Nolan Batman, but Batman's in the Justice League movie, so what do? And the initial reaction would be, well, you can't have Christian Bale in the Justice League movie because his story's done. But maybe you can have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right? But it's still part of the Christopher Nolan universe, and I don't think that works for a Justice League movie. The Christopher Nolan Batman movies existed as a realistic take on Batman. Ra's al Ghul wasn't immortal, the Joker painted his face, he wasn't bleached, Bane didn't use venom because that would be too unrealistic. So to have any element of that Christopher Nolan world in the Justice League movie, I don't think would work. Because you have supernatural things in the Justice League movie, and you need those supernatural things in order for it to be Justice League. You can't go from, Christopher Nolan realism to now we have Martians and aliens and Kryptonians and someone who lives in Atlantis and talks to fish. You can't really have all of these things integrate. Plus the fact, if you do have the Christopher Nolan universe link into the Justice League movie, that is now establishing that Superman did exist in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. So when Bane's all like, "This is a bomb and I'm going to blow up Gotham," what was Superman doing? Superman was just like, yeah, but not worth my time. I'm having Wonder Woman up to the Fortress of Solitude and we're gonna hang out there for half a year. It's really inconvenient for me. I'm not comparing any of these franchises or movies to Batman and Robin, but it is like the part in Batman and Robin when Chris O'Donnell's like, I like the car, chicks dig the car. And then George Clooney, I'm not gonna call him Batman, I'm gonna call him George Clooney, says, this is why Superman works alone. I was always just like, all right, so you've established that Superman does exist in this movie? He's not in the movie, but he is in the universe that the movie is in. So when Freeze is freezing Gotham and a bunch of plastic fake icicle props, what's he doing? Superman just like, again, not worth my time. I've finally convinced Lois Lane to experiment in ways she didn't want to experiment before. Come on, Margot, kid or Lois. Alright, I guess I'll make time. So this is the tough situation. What do? Christopher Nolan is going to produce a Justice League movie, of course. We now live in a world where anything DC and Warner Brothers is going to be produced by Christopher Nolan. Doesn't mean it's a part of his Batman universe, it's going to happen that way. Integrating the Christopher Nolan universe into the Justice League movie would be like a really average, normal, nerdy dude dating or marrying a Victoria's Secret model. I want to see it happen, but in reality, if they don't have common ground, it's not realistically going to work out. That's the way I see it anyway. And Man of Steel's coming out. It's not even out yet. So when doing a Justice League movie, do you have that Superman in the Justice League movie? Or do you reboot Superman before that new franchise even gets off the ground? You could squeeze Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder's Superman into it by having something in the end credits that does tie into the Justice League. Really, that's what Iron Man did. Nothing in the first Iron Man movie really alluded to the Avengers until after the credits. DC and the whole Justice League franchise is in the classic situation where their opponent, Marvel in this case, struck hard, struck fast, and did it right. They totally killed it with the Avengers. They had all the Avengers characters have their own movies, which all led up to the Avengers. With the Green Lantern, they could reboot that. I imagine they're going to reboot that. Green Lantern's gonna be like the Hulk. Ang Lee did the Hulk. It was like, Very soon after that, the Hulk was rebooted, and now it was part of the Avengers. So again, these are my thoughts on the subject. Christian Bale, I guess, is not going to be in the Justice League movie as Batman, but that sparked my brain into thinking about a Justice League movie, and I was like, how are they gonna do that? What are they gonna do? Why is it so difficult to make a Justice League movie? So these are some of my thoughts on the subject. 2 words. That's actually 1 word. Batman. Integrate the Nolan Batman, reboot the franchise, or just have Batman in the Justice League movie without a movie leading up to it. In which case, he doesn't have any backstory or character development. Neither of those situations is ideal, but that's just what they have to work with. Alright, so a Justice League movie, what are your thoughts on it? It's not really in the spotlight right now, and I guess we'll have to see how Man of Steel goes, but I'm still curious as to what you guys think about it. What do you think they should do? How do you think they should do it? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.